Here we are. There's my beautiful face. There's Zoey. There's Blart. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the live stream number 12. We've been doing this for, I'm going to fix this over here a little bit. Been doing this for a couple months now. Is that right? Thank you guys for coming out. I'm not alone. Zoey, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Raw, and we have a redeemed host question that I'm not going to read on stream. So
I actually got this. Mino, I'm not gonna read your question, but the answer is yes. That's why I subscribe to the TCC podcast. Carry on.
Mino, God Almighty, man.
Derailed frame one. You'll love to see
It's
it.
a legit first-second derailment. Wow, even for you, that was. Okay, now he's going into the name. He named it. God. Well, Zoey, good to hear you're good. Blart, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. I had a fun time in New York City today because my work has started the hybrid model. So I wore a tie and jeans because that is the hybrid model. Sneakers, the button down, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, city living. Well, not living. I'm back now, but that was cool because it's been a while and it felt good to be back in the heart of the action.
What's the word for how long it takes you to get to work?
Commute, that's the word?
That's the word. What's your commute like?
Give or take, it's like under 90 minutes, but pretty close to 90 minutes if I'm lazy.
God, Blart, you Northerners are just... OmniGamer36 with the follow. Thank you, OmniGamer. We appreciate it. My commute is about 14 seconds. I will wake up, roll over, still in my boxers, and I will walk down and crank that laptop and start spitting out emails. So, that's what my commute's like. Sorry for your crazy commute.
It's a good It's a good way to catch up on good way to catch up on my reading. Don't feel bad for me. I used to have to drive, and that was way worse. Taking the train for that long is no problem.
My longest commute was actually in high school, funnily enough.
How long did you have to go commute in high school?
Hour and a half, about one way.
I would have just dropped out. No questions asked.
I transferred my junior year. It was a good school, but
no questions asked. I'm not going to
not worth
period.
it.
Yeah, I'm not going to first period.
I had to wake up at like 5:15. It was bad.
Oh my god. It appears that there's someone at my door.
I didn't realize that 5:15 was like still a time. I thought that that was like they got rid of that at some point.
It's just like too early for students. They just legally said you can't wake up at 5:15 anymore. Nope. I actually had to wake up at like 4:30 for one of my older jobs when I lived in New York still. So
now you're just making things up. 4:30 doesn't exist.
I'm used to the early wake ups. Yeah, I used to work in the Twilight Zone. That's where all these crazy times come from. And Ra, what'd you do this weekend? You have anything special? Any Deacons action?
I think Ra's currently muted on account of his dogs barking very loud. I will say,
right.
while he is muted, a happy announcement. I guess this is probably something Ra would probably want to shout to share, but I know his dog Duncan, a close friend of Lifestream, unofficial co-host, has recovered from his misadventure that led to the emergency room visit from a few weeks ago. So we're happy to announce, he's all happy and recovered and not wearing the cone of shame anymore. So we're all very happy here at the Lifestream to be able to say that.
Thank you, Blart. I apologize. There was a delivery person at my door, and my dogs absolutely lost their minds. But yes, Duncan is much better. He is out of the cone of shame. He is feeling good. He's trying to run a lot, which he's not supposed to do. But thank you all for the well wishes. Look, we got another question. Is Zoey looking for? Okay. All right. Before we get derailed any further, my weekend was great. Watched a lot of football. Wake Forest had an off week, a bye week. So I just got to watch all the other games and have a good time. I will mention my fiance's down here, so she may get mad. But my fiance got into a little bit of poison ivy. She had an issue, swollen eyes, couldn't see through. She looked like like something out of a textbook. So I've been looking forward to this live stream for a whole weekend because my weekend was hell. Her weekend was worse, but she's doing much better now. So
always something over there.
Yeah, I know. After the
It's rough,
dog,
man, rough.
that's what happens in North Carolina. We're down here. We're like Australia, diet Australia. There's dogs. There's like there's fucking
I love that.
animals attacking people. Just it can get really bad. But we did have some content. We actually came through a long content drought, and on the other side there was a transcendence. I think I'm going to run that right now just to show everyone how good I am at the game. Let me pull that up. Worry Chat the Frog, tier 1 sub to RVK.
I wanted to honor Worry Chad's point redemption. A few minutes ago, he redeemed the 5,000 point. Asked the host a question, and he wants to know if Zoey is looking for a sugar daddy. And
God.
I was going to say, Worry Chad, if you want to fill in that role, please drop a sub in the chat for Zoey, and he beat me to it. So good job, Worry Chad. You're a step ahead of me there.
It's consistent. You can say that much.
Oh man, our fans and friends are just one of a kind. Oh my goodness, we're getting so many. Look at this hype train going on. Shadowheart 923 gifted a sub, and it went to Poto Cedar, the creator of that graphic. Thank you, Shadowheart, longtime friend of the stream. We really appreciate that. We appreciate all you guys. We are just now getting our sea legs, as Blart liked to mention all the time. That's what we were working on, and I think we're having a good time, and we hope you guys are having a good time. And we appreciate you hanging out with us on Monday nights. What else are you going to do on a Monday night?
This is the second time already that we're this close to a hype train. So I'm feeling like on the edge of my seat.
I'm gonna throw some emotes here. Oh my goodness, Soraya the Ranger has just officially pushed us into a hype train. Just as we get to Dimensions End. Soraya, thank you so much, man. We really appreciate that. Before we get too far off track, hype train tracks, you get it? There's
incredible humor.
There's something in the
really
chat.
Something
in the chat about a hype train. I don't know what it does, but you'll get some sort of, emote.
You unlock some nice exclusive emotes by, doing subs, gifts, bits, the cool stuff.
Yeah, something like that.
I actually just posted one of the dog emotes I got. There's some very lovely dog emotes you can get if you do that.
Dog emotes, wow.
They're dogs. Who doesn't love a dog?
if you
Shadowheart or Leafblade Mouse asking how you do the dog. You can get the dog if you use subs, bits, or gift a sub to contribute to the hype train. That's how that works.
Someone got a cat too. I can't really comment on any of this. I don't know how it works, but you're gonna get some sort of face animal emote, something cool. But back on track, like the hype train. Dimensions End came out, and we got 2 more dreams. We got, oh my god, Tree Void, YouTube, gift sub to VL, and the hype train continues. Goose in 60 seconds. Oh my god. Guys, we really appreciate that. That is amazing.
Yoshi Pasta, you are here for the most exciting live stream we've had. We are having a crazy hype train with just a ton of support from the community, which is the fact that we have a community makes me really happy.
I'm gonna chug a beer right now. We just got Goose. Check out Goose on YouTube, by the way. If someone, I think Samegi's in chat. Samegi, if you could throw Goose's YouTube into the chat so everyone can go watch his 60-second character breakdowns. They are phenomenal. They don't waste your time. Go check out Goose. Someone please get him in the chat for us. But also OmniGamer36 with it. Just don't stop. I'm gonna chug a beer. Blart, can you read out some of these subs? I'm chugging this beer for you guys.
Goodness.
Unbelievable. Blart, go.
Alrighty, so we got Goose in 60 seconds donating 2 tier 1 gifts to Zorotustra, and to Dave 8711, friend of the show. Rory Shad to Shaded Mist. OmniGamer joining us in Tier 1. Hello, OmniGamer36. Welcome to the live stream.
It don't stop. Leaf Blade now with the sub.
Are we ever going to get to start the show? Because it's not looking like it at this point.
We can't even start the show because everyone's so... Oh, Black Cloud has just followed us. You guys, I know I just shilled for Goose.
We've made it.
Let me shill for Black Cloud. Black Cloud, if you're here, I guarantee you already know who he is. But Black Cloud, Black Nero on YouTube, JP player, global player. He does the ranting hours on Wednesdays. Phenomenal player, very, very intelligent, and don't listen to all the Doom posters. Listen to BC. That's all I'm gonna say.
I will say he recently announced that he's going to become a full-time Doom poster after realizing he undoom posted too hard and people have been getting blindsided.
The reverse Doom posting. This is a good narrative.
Oh my God, we are completely off track with all that showing and support. Thank you guys so much. That's incredible. We are gonna get on track and talk about Dimensions End.
I think it's time.
It's time. Oh my God. I can't.
Goose, I love you, but we're going to start the show now. Sorry, buddy.
Jesus Christ.
That's 5 from Goose. Goose, you king. My lord. We've got so much to get through.
The goddamn intro.
We've got so much to get to.
At this point, I feel like you guys are doing this just to throw us off topic, but honestly, it's working.
I can't. So Dimensions End came out. There's a left, there's a right, there's a middle. It was really easy. I hate to say it. If you brought the characters they want you to, that's what I do all the time. I'm not going to lie. I bring exactly who they want, and it's easy. If you don't, it can be very tough, especially the middle. We'll run the middle right now for you guys while we go over what we got with it. We also got Ace and Bartz to be greenable. Zoey, do you want to take it from here? Which of the two did you green? And or did you green either one?
Oh, I greened Bartz, obviously. Just lifetime FF5 fan over here. Never spoken a bad thing about... I do like FF5, so I'm not going to be sarcastic about it. It's a very good game, but I obviously greened Ace. So Ace is not one of my favorite characters from Type 0, but he's one of my favorite kits in DFFOO. So that kind of makes up for it. And Ace is just incredible. He has all the damage in the world. He has good auras. He has defense down. He's pretty much everything you could ever want in a character. I just don't know how you could go wrong with him. And he's absolutely blown up content for me to the point that I think I finally understand how powerful greens are. And I just make sure to do every level like with Ace and then do it without Ace just to see the difference. And it's always like a 30 turn count difference. It's pretty crazy.
But isn't he really, really hard to use? I'm just saying. That's what I heard. He's confusing to use.
He did need a
He's
flowchart.
confusing.
He did need a graphic. He needed common sense, like most characters in the game. He's not very difficult. You just have to practice with him a little bit.
Actually, yeah, role-playing Ace on stream would be pretty good.
I could use him right now.
This will prove my point, actually. Let's see how you do, Raw.
All right, don't give me any. C-Sam gifted a sub, and it went to the TCC. Check out TCC on Thursdays. We're on Mondays. Historia Crux on YouTube. That's Cross 13 on Tuesdays. BC Ranting Hour on YouTube on Wednesdays, and TCC, the Crystal Chronicles, on Thursday. Anyway, I'm going to take the left.
Show. There's real estate to the left.
Someone needs to fill in that real estate.
Could be you.
That's a very good point. I'm going to go ahead and get into the left crucible. This is the two bird guys. Why does it show me everyone when I already have restricted characters? I don't want to have to scroll to the bottom for the... Holy shit. I've got to... Why doesn't it just show me who I used already?
Can't you just go back to the floor?
No, I have to... Ace... Who else did I use here? I used Hope. I gotta find Hope now. There he is.
You can just click back on tier 5 to see who you use.
Yeah, but I have to.
A whole lot of
but I have to pull them. What I'm saying is, I had to pull them into my new party because Mino wants an Ace showcase. So that's what we're gonna give him, an Ace showcase on a really hard.
On the Crucible.
Oh, it's really hard. No, it's really hard. This is a really hard fight. So, the left, we'll run through it real quick. We have a lot to get through tonight, and we have been completely derailed by all the generosity of the community. Thank you all so much. We're gonna try to power through some of this stuff right now. Blart, who did you bring here? The orb is to do... This is a very, very horribly worded orb. Count target takes attack triggered by effect decrease. Like, what? What?
Yeah, this game has always really kind of struggled to convey information in a way that makes sense. The classic sap orb being... I think the classic lately has been the sap orb being very poorly laid out. So this... you could simplify this and say it's a trap orb, but it actually isn't just a trap orb. It goes up by 2 when you use a trap like Emperor or Ace or Celas, or Leon or Farion. It also goes up if from certain follow-up attacks, but specifically the ones that like trigger between turns. So Horm, Vivi, and Seven, I believe, are the only 3 who affect it. I could be missing someone, but I think that's it. So
Core affect it too, I thought?
I actually don't know if Core affects it.
Pretty sure I've seen some Core runs.
Everyone is saying he doesn't, and then I gotta shout him out. Eamon, of all people, Eamon tested it and showed that he does. Core does.
I mean,
correct me,
thought
chat.
So. It's
if
a
I'm wrong,
ticking
correct me.
buff.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
But I heard that Core works from Eamon. Here is a Ace explanation here. You're gonna want to LD first. Boom. We got some bits. I don't know what that is, but the hype train succeeded. Thank you guys so much. This fight is pretty simple. As long as you bring an orb check, Leon makes this fight a joke. If you happen to get Leon. Sky Splits with the bits. Thank you so much, Sky Splits. Leon absorbs all their damage and turns it into battery. He also ticks the orb. I see in chat some people talking about Furion. Furion does a good job here as well. Getting some respect all these many, many months later. So good for Furion. Zoey, who did you bring here and how did it go?
I do want to shout out one more person. Treevoid is on brand and saying that XDeathBT also does hit this. So that is another potential option for this not very hard Crucible. Because let's be honest, guys, like Crucibles going forward are not going to be very difficult now that we've got so much power creep and they're staying regular Lufenias. So they're just going to get easier and easier. And the orb conditions are pretty easy and, well, this one is easy. The right one isn't super easy, but I brought Ace, Sync, and Kurasame, a nice little Type 0 team. Kurasame to enchant Sync, and Ace because he hit the orb by himself. And I finished in 10 turns, so I have no idea what these guys do or what this stage really is because I blew them up. So I don't have much insights on this one.
Drez with the cheers. Thank you with the bits. We appreciate that. So real quick before we move on, Ace has his blind stud turn for 3 turns. If I were to hit the blind stud turn button, that's going to change. Is that right? Zoey, you're the expert, the Type 0 expert.
No, you have to do this without my guidance. You have to figure this out yourself, buddy.
Okay, I was doing it as a bit to like show that we're learning about him. So you hit that, then it flips over, and
it's funnier to make fun of you.
They're not gonna get any turns. So I'm just gonna burst now. I think I could have put. Oh, he's filled up with framed buff, so it doesn't matter. Never mind. The idea with Ace, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. Type Zoey. You want to have his blind stud buff and then the whole card buff or debuff both on at the same time. That's going to give you this fantastic, look at this fantastic trap that's hitting every move, as well as this one that when the other one runs out, this one will turn over and he'll continue his traps. And this one before it turns over is a defense down or something like that. But right now I've got both on, so I'm not going to hit HP attack. I'm going to just keep smashing them because I've got both the buffs or debuffs on anyway. Overall, this one you just want to burn them down. It's a Lufenia in the age of Lufenia Plus. I destroyed it with a really strong team, which I shouldn't have because eventually I'm going to need those units probably. But Blart, before we go to the right Crucible, what'd you do? How'd it go?
So I brought Ace LD because I figured, like you said, path of least resistance. This is designed for him. I'll bring him. But to accompany him, I brought Shantoto mostly because I just needed a stat stick with burst synergy, and I'm not going to use her anywhere else, so I might as well stick her there. and I brought Rosa as my 4th. I figured the refund would be great with Ace's traps, and it was. And I also ended up taking advantage of the re-raise because I don't know who's actually watched my Transcendence runs on YouTube, but the entire situation was just kind of a goofy-ass clown fiesta, and Ace died 3 times during the course of the 3 runs. So it was rough beats all around. But Rosa's re-raise was clutch, Eamon was right, re-raise meta is the future, and just wanted to shout him out for that.
It's honestly impressive that you managed to kill Ace not once, but multiple times in this fight.
No, he only died once in this fight. He died twice in the
Oh,
Reckoning fight.
okay. I got it confused with the Reckoning.
But it's still you still hit score, or is there score? I don't even know. Is there scores on the?
Revives don't really the score penalty either got removed or
Oh, yeah, they fixed it.
significantly reduced. I don't really use revive characters, but I've seen people do it like a ton and to much success. So I assume it's not very prevalent anymore.
True that. So I'm gonna finish destroying these guys as soon as possible, but the right Crucible is going to be the big Iron Giant guys. And the orb is Wind. This is an orb you absolutely have to have Bartz. No matter what, you can't beat it without Bartz. Isn't that right? That's what the Doom posters told me. We'll go to Zoey first. That's true, right? I have to have Bartz. You have to have him green. And if you don't, you have no chance whatsoever of beating the right person. Is that correct? It's no ace. It's no ace with the follow. Thank you so much. Zoey, do we need Bartz?
Yeah, Bartz is needed as a base call, which is free to everyone. So he is needed, but everyone already has him. So it's really does not end up being much of a roadblock. So
and he's not even really totally needed. You could. I've seen people like
you can just
down.
nuke past without him. Yeah, there's so much damage available, and it's not like the reductions in regular Lufenius are going to stop people anymore. So it's pretty funny. Mino is just trying to make your life a living hell. He's asking for the hardest conditions on these fights. Hey Chris, what's up? Welcome to the stream.
Chris5258, canonically my favorite DFFOO streamer and content creator. We love you, Chris. Thanks for hanging out. Zoey, who did you bring on the right? Then we'll jump over to Blart.
I tried desperately to complete my full Type 0 clear of Tier 5, but that runs into some issues thanks to the crystal colors, which are green, not a problem, and yellow, which is a problem because the only yellow crystal 0 character is Cater, who is very, very old, and also meant I could not fit a BT. So I was trying to carry an EX plus Cater for an orb that I can only tick with a call ability. It didn't go very well. So I ended up bringing Bart's base BT because I'm not going to green him and there's really no other place I can use him, so it made sense. And then I brought Jack and 9. So Jack just took a bunch of turns with the 9 buffs and killed them while Bart's BT effect was up, and it was pretty simple.
Blart, what did you do on the right side? Sounds like Zoey just wanted to make it as hard as possible on herself. So did you make it hard on yourself or what?
I tried so hard. Cater failed me.
Pretty much went the exact opposite direction. I brought a team of Green Y'shtola, Core, and Beatrix, giving Bartz the core the Bart's base call. So basically, once the orb showed up, he just started doing core things with Bart's call, and Beatrix was kind of silly to bring to an elemental an imperil immune fight, but I wanted her for the reckoning, and Rosa was very busy keeping my team alive on the other side, so I couldn't put her there. Actually, wait, Beatrix could have kept him alive. You know what? It's been about a week. I can say, wow, I should have just brought Beatrix to the left side. Why the hell didn't I do that? That would have been a lot smarter. That was stupid.
Because we're all just making our own lives harder on this fight, or on this, because they didn't make it hard enough on us. I brought Bartz green, Zidane green, and Safer, and just
Jesus Christ, 2 greens?
Yeah,
that's
it was
kind of overkill.
Well, I said in my video, follow me on YouTube if you want to see the video of it. It was a murder, but I'm gonna have to go back eventually and replace some of those guys, because if you're bringing 2 greens to that fight, you're gonna just walk it. BC calling me out for calling Safer, Safer.
Yes, isn't Safer the final boss of FF7?
Safer.
Spoilers.
Uh, I've shown that I can learn pronunciations and change. I called Zidane for years and years and years, and then through merciless bullying from Mino, I finally started calling him Zidane. So, Cypher, on the right side.
The worst part about that whole Zidane fiasco with the bullying and stuff is I can't remember which way is the right way to pronounce him when I try to do it. So I unironically call him Zidane. Well, it is ironic in order to hide the fact that I can never remember which way is the correct way now because you guys went at it so hard. You've ruined it for me.
I'm sorry, Blart. Some girl with the request, Raw, please pronounce Jagron, the bad guy from the game no one played that for some reason got in the game. He's coming to global soon.
That's good.
Jagron.
Kind of did some weird stuff with the J, but Jagron is correct.
Jagron.
Which, like, 5 people knew because that is the player base of Crystal Bearers, so...
Yeah, apparently we have them all in this fucking clown fiesta that we have going on right now.
They all play DFO.
The
The whole dev team is on the DFO team, too.
Akusame says Zidane. That's how Blart does it, and I think I might switch to that. But we're getting off topic. Once again, fight was really easy if you bring all the best teams. Who knew? The Reckoning, however, actually gave people some issues. Not me, because I'm a phenomenal, untouchable level player. But
Best to ever do it, really.
that's right. I'm the Michael Jordan of DFO. So for me, also, I brought 2 greens. But the Reckoning, there's a zombie at thresholds. He sends his little minions to blow you up. And if they're above 50%, they kill someone. No questions asked. It's like an orb explosion. They just kill you, no matter what you have. So you have to get both ads down below 50% before you hit the thresholds. Blart, we'll start with you. Did you have issue? Did you have any near misses with that one? And who'd you bring?
So I brought Green Y'shtola, Ace LD, and Beatrix. And I don't understand what happened because my first run of the fight, I got through it in one shot, recorded it. Ace died twice along the way. By the end of the fight, he was doing no damage because I had let him die twice. His buffs had fallen off. I didn't realize that his Greater Spiral combo does more damage in this fight than Mega Burst, so I was using the wrong skills. It was just, like I said, absolute clown fiesta. That's what I've been saying for about a week now. It was just a complete farce. And I was like, that was terrible. Well, I'm going to keep the footage. I'll try to do the fight again and make myself not look like an idiot. And like 7 or 8 tries later, I'm like, I just can't do this fight. This first time was a fluke. It was a really stupid-looking fluke, but I got through, and so I haven't touched it since.
But you got through.
Yeah, no, I cleared it the first time, and I was like, wow, that was easy. I mean, I even died a couple times, but that was no problem at all. And every time I tried, once I knew the mechanics of the fight, I became incapable of performing it.
It happens to the best of us, Blart. Zoey.
So it goes.
Zoey, who did you bring up? Did you struggle? How'd it go?
I didn't struggle, but I had Green Ace, so it's not really fair of me to say I didn't struggle. I brought Ace, Sync, and 9, who I do want to shout out 9 for being super, super good in this fight. I think that shields really stop a lot of the attacks that the mummies try and throw out on you. They prevent pretty much all damage except for the ticking debuff, and 9 as a healer can actually handle the bleed pretty well. So as long as you have White Knight before the suicide of the threshold attacks, then you're pretty good to go. And it's a triple target fight, so his shields are going to be huge, his damage is going to be capping the whole time, and Sync was doing okay damage. 9's auras aren't the best, so she was mostly putting on the Sia debuff on the main guy because that did a ton for Ace's damage, who was the obvious main DPS with the green, and I finished it pretty smoothly, I think under 40 turns, so I didn't have too many problems with it.
And you did your whole, you stayed true to your Type 0 fandom, and you brought all Type 0 characters. Good for you.
I did. It was fun. Love using my faves. Now they're all stuck there, so I can't do it for any of the other tiers.
I'm sure everyone knows from the Doob posters, Tier 6 is going to be a lot harder. That's what the Doom posters tell me. So if you
Well, Tier 6 is a pretty hard stage, like, legitimately, so there's a little bit of merit to this one.
and there's one right now in my earphones, Zoey, the Doom poster. Tier 6 is going to be
Doomer.
tougher, so buckle your seatbelts and enjoy this one while it lasts. Obviously, depending on the team comp you bring, I kind of touched on this earlier, but in this age of having greens, bringing 2 greens versus 1 green versus no greens, not just here, but in any fight, it's night and day. So difficulty in this game is going to start getting real subjective. It's always been subjective, but the team that you bring is going to completely change the difficulty, as it always has. But now I think, especially now that we're a couple fights into Lufania Plus, and I pretty much just shit canned them all with the most powerful teams I could bring.
Someone's getting cocky.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I brought like the most completely ridiculous teams to each of them. I'm doing a Zidane saga, so I brought Zidane, and they were fairly easy. But then if you try to drop that green and bring no greens, it's going to be tougher. If you try to bring no BTs, whatever. Point being, difficulty is very subjective right now, based on the team comp you bring. So if someone's having a hard time with a fight, it's not that they suck, it's just that they don't want to bring completely ridiculous team comps to every fight like I'm doing right now and just skating by. You have to at least...
Just not experienced yet.
Yeah,
you have to, there's like different skill levels still.
Yeah, we have
also, I think you might be singing a different song come Vein Cycle. That'll be an interesting time for Zidane. It'll be fun to see what you do.
I will use the synergy and then go back and bring Zidane with 2 other synergy people.
The synergy doesn't save you in Vein Cycle, so try again.
I've heard that Vein Cycle is going to be real tough for Zidane because the bosses have to use they have to get turns and whatnot, so that'll be interesting. But anyway, that's Transcendence Tier 5. These are my clears. You heard everybody else's clears, and we're moving on because we're pretty far behind. We've got a new segment we want to try out later tonight with the... Are you doing
the Reckoning on stream?
Sure. Mino's actually trying to goad me into doing it, so I'm not
begging you into bringing the Ace BT,
so I'm
or the
actually
Ace
going to
LD.
go straight into Aranea LC, which is what
wow,
let's talk about.
Dodged. Completely dodged. Coward.
No, this is just to prove to Mino that he has no power here, and he does not decide what we will do. There's the LC, and Prompto came with it. Aranea LC. Those shield guys come back. They've always been a pain in the ass. Blart, do you want to go over this fight a little bit while I go and grab some more beers so I can pay the rest of the hydrates?
Oh yeah, you go fuel up. So I guess start off with Prompto. He got a nifty LD. He now does too many things. I think he just does more things than one unit should be able to do. Although I will say I don't think damage is necessarily one of those things.
I was gonna jump in and say I wish he did more damage in exchange for one or 2 of his rolls, because goddamn does he have rolls. But it's a cool character design, I think, just to have like a kitchen sink kit.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. It's definitely adds diversity. Basically, he gets I don't know, not telling for the folks at home. He has an LD that now recharges 1 use of each of his skills when he uses it. So that's actually going to be relevant for an orb or 2 in the future, weirdly enough. He gets a new buff that gives him more stats, gives him party auras on top of it, gives HP regen for the party, which means he's a healer now. I don't know if he was a healer before, but he is now, which is cool.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know, because I didn't have him before. I didn't play Prompto EX. That was way before my time, but I think it was on the LD buff.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And now the LD buff has an interesting linked attack mechanic in that it gets 4 stacks when you use... Well, he starts the fight with 4 stacks, and whenever you use it, it gets 4 stacks. And whenever he hits his break mark attack thing, which that's pre-LD, so I'm not going to talk about it. If you don't know what it is yet, read the Tom Brady Troop infographic. But basically, whenever he has 2 or more stacks of that buff, every time an ally attacks, he'll do a core style follow-up attack on that target that insta-breaks. So that's kind of neat. Gives some added kind of off-turn damage from him. Mino is shouting about this in the chat, and I think basically saying he is a defensive support, and I mean, I'd be inclined to agree.
Prompto, he's support is a nothing word. Support means like anybody who gives auras. He does
like,
give
auras.
The way I think about it is that if you look at upcoming content, Prompto covers a ton of orbs, which kind of lends itself to saying that he has a jack of all trades kit. So even though he is a defensive support, it's a little more complicated than that because you don't play him like an aura bot. He's a utility character.
Yeah, I'd say he's a utility character, but which, you know, and the utility comes from the fact that he combines the auras with the insta-break, which is a utility in and of itself, with, you know, I don't know if you'd call off-turn damage utility at this point, given the amount that he doesn't put that much damage out compared to other characters like Core or Young or whatever. He has ignore defense on his, like, he does lots and lots of little things to kind of plug little gaps in your team. I think the classic term that is used here is third slot. He's a great third slot character, but he's also, weirdly enough, a great first slot character because you can look at a fight, say, oh, the orb requires blank. It requires HP regen. It requires defense ignore. It requires instant break. The orb requires recharging skill usages. The orb requires ignoring defense. The orb requires range damage, and he can do all of those things. Yeah, he can do basically any of those things. And then from there, you can build the rest of your team, being like, well, whatever. He's covering a little bit of all the other roles, so now I can, you know, pick who I want, and I think that's pretty helpful. Although I will say that the one thing I found with Prompto is because you need to refresh his buff by giving him a turn. He doesn't plug and play on necessarily every team. I mean, you'll be losing out on some of his effectiveness if you bring him on, say, like a Tidus style no turn team where you're expecting Tidus or Terra to take a zillion turns, because that's not as efficient as using someone like Core, who's going to be getting those follow-up attacks every turn.
I do want to say that, sorry to interrupt, but I kind of like that there's a design space for a linked attacker that doesn't have to be played with like Unga Bunga no-turn teams, and that he plays well with more slower characters. So I think it's good that he gets differentiated by that a little bit. It puts him in different kinds of teams, which is needed, because we do have a lot of good stick-ons to the typical like Tidus Terra style teams already.
Also, there's a lot of yelling in the chat about kind of meaningless nothing words, and I agree completely. We talked about how support is a meaningless nothing word.
Yeah, and then I used another nothing word after it. So it's a habit you have to break, folks.
Yeah, terminology is a weird and subjective thing at times. Earlier we were discussing the terminology of the orbs. Like, I was looking at some of the orb names and be like, hey, I thought this was vague, but now I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't know how I would have said this better. It's not a topic we were going to be going into here, but yeah.
Draws back from his hike to get his beers. That took a while.
I had some tacos. I crushed a couple tacos while I was in there, so you guys didn't have to see me sucking down tacos on stream. I can't find Cypher to start this, but did you go over the fight a little bit?
No, we've just been talking about Prompto because he has so many things going on. He has lots of utility. That's another nothing word. When I say utility, what I mean is, for my specific definition for utility in my head is an effect that isn't tied to like numbers or stats. So it's not damage, it's not a buff, it's not a debuff, it's not healing, it's not battery. It's an effect that is not tied to those things. That's my personal definition for what utility is. So when someone says you bring Gabronth for his utility, you mean you bring Gabronth because he instant breaks. You bring Kistis for her utility, you mean the delays. You bring Prompto for his utility, you mean the fact you get the point. He does too many things, like I said.
Yeah, like as long as you define the words, it's fine.
But the thing is,
just like
nobody
broad.
does.
Yeah, exactly. Like support. Like what we really should say is we should just get the community to call supports like hard aura focus. Then it would be much easier to use. But it'll be hard to do that, and it's better to just say what people do. And I think we should pull the plug on the nothing word conversation. Rod, do you have any Prompto thoughts since you've been gone?
I skipped him. He sucks. He's trash. I don't want him.
Excellent. Very positive contributions to our show. Anything more nuanced than that?
No, I don't have any green ace friends on my team on my friend list right now, so I don't think I can beat this fight. So it's everybody else's fault, not my fault.
I can log in to get you my ace.
Look, this fucking dude doesn't even have.
Wow.
Like, what the fuck? If you're in here right now, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but come on, dude. Are you like? Do you fucking mind?
Blasting what's popping. He's so
sorry,
friendly. Look at his user tag.
I'm sorry if you're here.
Right.
I'm really sorry, but like, what are you
There's an
doing,
ace. Wait,
dude?
no, scroll down. There's an ace right there.
He's only 77 and 70. Dude.
No, you passed him. Go up again. No, go up. Keep going. Go up. Up. Nope. No, not down. Up.
Okay.
Up.
Is this his blue armor, but without being blue? Yes, his high armor.
Yeah, it's base BT 0 out of 3 high armor. It's good.
Yeah. Well, if I fail, it's his fault because blue. That's Winter's Doomsday. That's a good guy, but it's his fault if I fail this.
Already setting up the excuses. Haven't even started the fight yet.
This is a TCC challenge live on stream, by the way, so I'm gonna be focused on not losing this while you guys talk about this fight. How does this fight work?
Lord.
What do they do? And real quick before you start, what is the random Waka debuff that I want, and does it last longer than one turn? Can I go ahead and try it now?
Just roll the dice and see what happens. And
I just
decide
don't.
if you
I want the.
do the thing.
I never use his.
Do you want the stats down for this fight? Because
Yeah, it's not like the other one's really going to matter if you're not turning.
you have to give them a turn though, so you kind of wasted this. Like,
That's why
you
I
got
asked
the
how
RNG.
many turns it is. I asked how many turns it is, and no one responds, and then I do the
No,
thing,
because,
and
like,
everyone wants to talk trash. But answer me when I
You have
ask.
to roll it after you give them the turn because the debuff changes after the enemies take a turn. So
I don't know how Waka works.
We
Oh,
can
yeah,
tell.
There is a challenge
Twitch
goose.
plays
It is
debuff. Look, we got so much to get through. I'll handle this. Yeah, we have a whole new segment we want to try before the end of the night. So, I took once again. I'm sorry, an overpowered team, and I destroyed it because I'm weak and I'm not trying these fights fairly. What did anyone else do though? Blart, how did this fight go? Did you suffer?
No, okay, that's well, it's relative. Like, I've cleared the fight a few times, but way less than I thought I would. I thought this would be a walk in the park, and it's ended up giving me the occasional bit of difficulty. But I brought a few teams through it. The basic gist of how I've been handling it is you give the boss one turn, or you give A one turn to do his phalanx thing, hit him with the jack call so he breaks, and then go to town. Although I also was able to get a nice little X death run in there, pairing him with Prompto because synergy stomping. There's a TCC challenge that has just been posted for this. I didn't know about that, and all of my runs are disqualified from it. Hell yeah!
Jesus.
I have been coasting on the power creep. Let me tell you, I have not had.
Me too.
It's always
too.
nice when you get a TCC challenge to wake you up. I actually ran a team, like my third run of this finally cleared the TCC challenge, but my first two definitely did not.
Let me do a little soliloquy real quick. You know how I've been talking all this trash about the fights have been easy, but I've been clear and very, very straightforward that I've been using overpowered teams and nothing to be proud of. Well, if you're in the same boat and you've been saying, oh, Lufania Plus, no big deal, I'm smashing everything. Okay, TCC challenge for this fight was just posted. No synergy, no reigns, no core. Give that a shot. If you're thinking that these fights are nothing, it's easy, give the TCC challenge a shot. I will put the Discord in chat right now. Go ahead and join there and see if you can get through one of these TCC challenges. And if you can, then do the extreme. It's fun. It's more content that the game doesn't have to come out with, that the community's coming out with themselves. Shout out Macnol, TCC, except for Mino. Fuck Mino.
This
Zoey?
is also this is a good event if you're kind of worried about challenge running Lufania Plus. This is the tamest fight of the month, so this is a good one to start getting your feet in the water and getting used to running TCC challenges again. So I think this is a good fight.
Yeah. These guys do the shield thing that they've always done. They're super annoying. most of the clears that I see do the one turn thing. You let him get a turn so he can use phalanx, and then once he does phalanx, then you just delay, delete, or smash them into nothingness before they move too many times, because they can get pretty dangerous, I believe. Zoey, did you say who you brought?
Sorry, I was taking a long sip of tea. I did not. I love my tea. I brought my first run. I brought Ace and Prompto, which kind of made who the third was irrelevant. So I added Fujin to that mix. I finally brought Fujin to a Lufenia. I'd literally never used her in party before, so that worked out just fine. I mean, Fujin enchanted them. She did her job. And Ace and Prompto probably could have duoed this fight, to be honest, but that went well. And then I did a second run. I don't quite remember. It had Sync on it, so I brought my girl. And then I did TCC Challenge Run with Deuce. I finally brought Deuce to a Lufenia Plus for Frog's sake, who was bothering me about it. And I promise I'll eventually go back for Guy LC too with non-time traveled characters. But then I will get I got the Deuce clear, and she was paired with Cloud of Darkness BT, and the other character was Shantoto for the defense down, and I was pretty happy to use Shantoto in a fight too, so I got to use a bunch of characters I like, and it worked pretty well. I cleared in like 40 turns, I want to say. It was pretty good. What about you, Blart? What were your runs like?
So, let's see, I think my first run actually was pretty fun. It was Trey, Bartz, and Setzer. So I just kind of... Oh, wait, no, not Setzer, Galuf. Looked the same on my... Anyway. Yeah, it was... So, Galuf kind of... All their shit is dodgeable because, Prompto. So, Galuf is a great kind of replacement for Prompto if you want an enemy phase thing where you're not going to get, wiped out by their shield attack. The one downside, of course, being that Galuf is... I'd say not dated, but like at this point, reductions are so high that you need to be able to kind of carry his weight, and Trey doubly so. Neither of them are designed to do a whole bunch of damage, so I just bought green Bartz and kind of rode his BT effect to get through it. So that was a lot of fun because Trey and Galuf kind of invalidate the fight's difficulties, but you have to kind of counterbalance the fact that they don't actually do that much damage on their own. I had a fun time with Xdeath, Prompto, and Y'shtola, where again riding Y'shtola's BT effect to give Xdeath massive gains, so Almagus was hitting for 250k on each target, and I was just laughing all the way to the bank on that one. It was a lot of fun. And then I did Core Terra Agrius. That was the kind of standard. You pair Core with a Turn Sealer, and they go nuts, and it's really dumb. And I had a lot of fun on the train home. Actually, I ran just before the stream. I brought Sid Raines, Ash, and Kais, and that was just degeneracy. I actually used Yoshi Pasta's friend Sid Raines, and it was just. What a stupid character, I gotta say.
That's a funny team for Sid Raines. Like, at least he didn't use a cookie cutter team. I mean, like, Raines is still broken, but he can bring some fun stuff with him, so that's cool.
Yeah,
like,
well, that's
I'm gonna use
why I
him
like
to carry
about
Deuce
Raines.
for sure in the future, so he'll be my easy way out.
I remember you said that. I remember you pulling for Young because you said you wanted a nuclear option. I don't think you ever touched them. Back when Terra Young was a thing.
What does Waka Call do?
For...
Oh, you kidding?
What does it do?
Oh my god.
Is this the one I want? Increase its brave damage up. That's a good one.
They all do that. That's how it works.
So which one? Why do you have to reset? I don't want to.
You don't have to reset. It's just nice to get the stats down one.
Stats down? This guy got cannot
None of them rolled stats down, but it's okay. It's still 20% brave damage up. It's still good.
Okay.
Have you never used Waka Call before?
No, I tried to avoid Waka LD completely because I took a strong stance on Discord against Waka, and then I free pulled it, and so I've tried not to use it, but I did run him through a summon board, so we'll see how this goes.
But yeah, going back to it, I did use Yang once in like an important fight, which was for 9 Lost Chapter. That was kind of the main reason I pulled him. Like, I'm not fucking touching this with the normal characters, so I Terra Yanged through that one. But otherwise, I've just kind of used... I think I used them as filler in a Transcendence once. That's about it. But it's like, it's kind of nice to have those characters on the bench, and they can be fun for challenge runs occasionally. So even if you're not using them to like get the initial clears, they can still be valuable for you.
Right. Well, that was all the content we got. Prompto
swear.
came. People like Prompto.
Jesus.
He's good. Whatever. I just noticed this orb is about to pop. Oops. How about we...
What did you just click with Cloud of Darkness? Did you just click their Brave Plus?
Yeah. Brave Plus is good.
Why?
Brave Plus is good with Cloud of Darkness.
I don't know
Chat,
if
back
that's the
me up.
move, my dude.
It is. Chat, tell these fucking casuals about Brave Plus with Cloud of Darkness. I'll wait.
If I remember, I think. Oh boy, if I'm remembering right, I think you took a misspeaking someone else did and are running with it and have been running with it for months. If I'm getting the situation right.
I may have done that, and that's fine. But we're still gonna win this fight and do a TCC challenge live on stream. But actually,
I'm not
no,
sure
we're not.
How you plan on, yeah.
Oopsies. Critical brave damage. Oh, I gotta break him. Oopsies.
Did you waste your Jack call without using the instant break on it?
Yeah, but you know what I can do?
What can you do?
I can reset for Waka's tactic.
All coming back to Waka.
Yeah, that was
Carefully
Waka's fault.
carefully crafted strategy right there.
So we're gonna do
Pristine
this.
execution.
We're gonna do this TCC challenge on stream. Don't worry.
I believe.
I'm fully capable. I'm a powerful player. But we do want to get into our first ever mailbox. We offered our friends and our family opportunity to send us in some voice messages. The email is in chat. If you have a question, a comment, or concern, you can send those to Lifestream DFFOO at gmail.com.
Oh, are we doing the mailbag now?
Yeah, and don't worry, we're gonna get the TCC challenge out of the way as well. But
Are we?
we prefer audio messages for it's like a voicemail line. But if you can't do an audio message, just send us an email and we'll get a robot to voice it. We got a couple this week, so we thought we'd go ahead and start. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and throw those our way through the voicemail. We'll come up with a cool, funny name for it, but right now it's just messages, questions people want to ask us. So we're gonna get to the very first one of all time, and this is from Potos. Hold on.
Are you dying? Are you okay?
I swallowed a bug.
What the fuck?
We're gonna
North
get
Carolina. Die in Australia, I swear to God.
Thai in Australia is. It's in my throat still. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into this. Poto Cedar with the first ever live stream voicemail bag. Here we go.
Hey Lifestream, this is Poto Cedar, the TCC intern. If you had to choose one of your fellow co-hosts to survive on an island, which would you choose and why?
Ooh. Okay, so if we had to choose, I already know everyone's going to pick the right answer, but if you had to choose a co-host to survive on a desert island with, who would it be? Because of politics, I will choose who goes first, and I will choose Blart. Blart, who would you choose? And I'm gonna get back
I knew
to
this is how it was going to go.
So go ahead.
You knew you were going to be
go ahead.
the one to piss us
No,
off?
Go ahead. Who would it be if you could survive? You remember, you have to survive now. You're not just automatically going to live. You've got to survive. Animals that could attack you. Pirates that could... go ahead. Who would you choose to survive?
Well, this was... And at the end of the day, Raw has more meat on him, and if I run out of food, that's going to last me longer.
I can't get...
Also, he's
I don't know
probably... He's also probably a much better hunter than I am, so there's that.
So,
also-
say it. Say it.
But that being said, he definitely would be able to take me in a fight. So I'd have to go with Zoey because I feel like if we did have to eat each other, I'd probably have a better chance of surviving that than
So
trying
after
to
all
fight
that
her
build-up, you're
one-on-one.
going to pick Zoey.
All I'm saying is
I feel like we both lose in this situation because I'm being exclusively picked because I would lose in a fight, which is probably true, but
You never know. She could be scrappy. Final
could-
answer.
she
Final
could be
answer.
scrappy.
We got
do I
a
get like weapons?
we got a TCC challenge to run. We got a bunch of questions. Final answer, Blart. And remember, this is probably going to affect our friendship for the rest of your life.
Do you think I could like hang out on the island with Duncan? Duncan's cool.
Duncan would be like your Wilson or whatever the volleyball was.
But yeah, no, my final answer is Zoey specifically because I'm pretty sure
Wow.
Raw would be able to beat me up and eat me if it
Wow.
came down to cannibalism.
Wow. Okay.
He also knows how to grill meat, so he's already like halfway there.
Okay, Zoey, you go.
I would pick Raw Life because I think it'd be easier to manipulate him into doing what I want, and I would get the upper hand more easily.
I like how incredibly kind and thoughtful all of us are being with our answers here. No backhanded insults or anything like that.
Jesus. But in the end, you'd pick me, is what you're saying.
Only because I think your heart is too soft. I think you would easily fall to my wiles.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ignore the rest of it. And I'm going to say you picked me. So my turn. I would pick Zoey because Blart betrayed me live on stream in front of all of you.
That's not a reason. There
It's
has
a
to be a
reason.
real reason. That's
The
not
reason-
an independent reason.
Okay, you want the reason? The reason is I don't trust him anymore. Do you want to be stuck on an island with someone you don't trust?
It's fair. My first thought when
No.
we started talking about this ion thing is, okay, which of them should I try to eat first? Like we haven't. I honestly can't fault him at all. Like I think it's entirely merited.
I don't trust
So
him.
I win, right? Because I got picked both times. Doesn't that mean I'm the winner for this segment?
Oh, you did win.
You win an all expense paid trip to a desert island with Raw Life.
Yep. And I.
Was it a desert island? What was it?
Yeah. And I
I
will
don't know.
probably try to kill
Odo,
you
you wanna clarify what kind of island we're on?
Because if it's like a cushy island where we can eat like coconuts and shit and not starve, then I think that becomes a much different kind of conversation.
Fun.
It's
fun on a
deserted.
coconut island.
It's deserted. All right, we're moving on. I still have to do this TCC challenge. We've got at least 3 more. This next question comes from some YouTube guy named Goose. Anybody familiar? Goose? Goose DFFOO?
My beautiful boy.
It's the 30-second guy. It's the 30-second, updates in 30 seconds. He said
The 60-second man.
60 seconds now. He doubled his time, which, works better.
Lufania plus reductions are intense, man.
Yeah, you need more than 30 seconds now. But this that he just sent is actually a minute-long question. So let's see what he has to ask. Oh.
I got that raw life, smoking this pork life, a tailgating the deacons on weekends.
Yes.
I'm the sedan guy, let's throw some hands, guy. Any game for any system, I'll beat you.
boy.
I crush high life, but then I get down to my mowing. I host a Lifestream, but they all love Blart and Zoey. I'm raw, and I'm here to thrill ya. How long?
So full disclaimer, me and Blart can't actually hear everything right now, so we are
Hold on. It's almost
vibing
done.
to the void.
He's almost done.
This brown offends me.
I've heard the theme song before, and it is very good.
It's
Good
pretty funny.
God. If you want to write a full song and put vocals to it and just really go over the top for the mailbag, you're gonna have to chase Goose, because Goose right now is in the lead. He just wrote a full theme song.
He's also feeding the raw life eco, which gives him an unfair advantage.
Well, check out Goose on YouTube. He's a friend of mine, a close personal friend of mine. Clearly, thank you, Goose. We also accept theme songs. Clearly, if you do one for Zoey or Blart, there's no guarantee it will see the light of day. So try to stick to Raw Life theme songs. Anyway, thanks, Goose. Check him out on YouTube. That sounded great. We have another question. This one from Daniel Palman.
Jesus.
Daniel,
An actual DFO question. God bless America.
let's see.
Never thought you'd see the day.
Hello, this question is for all three of our Lifestream hosts. If you could name one thing that you've improved upon in DFO recently, what would it be? But also, if you could name one thing that you could still improve upon, what would that be? Thank you very much. Bye.
Hold on. What we can improve
This
upon.
question is for all hosts.
Well,
Hold on.
If you could name one thing that you've improved upon in DFO recently, what would it be?
Okay, what have you improved upon in DFO recently, and what do you still need to improve upon? Blart, you go first. We're almost done here. We're going to do the TCC challenge next.
all right. I think the thing I've improved upon most. Also, a quick shout out. Thank you, Daniel, one of our mods, one of our
Yes, thank you, Daniel,
definitely
our friend.
top two mods easily.
Mhm.
But right now I think the thing I've improved upon most in the game recently, anyway, is taking it less seriously and
Yes.
not treating it like a job and feeling like, oh, I have to do the challenge run, I have to clear this fight with no strategy, I have to do it this way, and realizing, okay, I'll clear it the way I want to clear it. If I feel like I'm gonna have fun with the challenge run, I'll do the challenge run. I'm not gonna force myself to do it if I don't feel like if I don't feel like I want to expend the energy. And that it's felt good. I've really been enjoying the game more since I've started playing at the pace I feel like playing at. As for things I still need to improve upon, I think there's some detail oriented stuff that I'm not thinking about my options enough. I feel I've been seeing people, for instance, in the Discords, have been talking about how good Reno call is recently, and I'm like, why didn't I love Reno? I always think about Reno as why haven't I thought about how good his call is? Or there are little minutia about some of my favorite characters that I haven't really been thinking about, and I think these small improvements could really kind of help improve my gameplay. Things like saving Bart's burst plus phase brain fart. Short version, minutia. There's little tune-ups to my game that I think I could be making because I'm not really taking it as seriously. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. Now I think about it.
Well, sounds
Zoey,
like
how about
they're
you?
both positive. Sounds like they're both positive overall. So, Zoey, what have you improved upon? What do you still need to improve upon?
I really should have prepped an answer to this question because I have been racking my brain since the segment started, and I am coming up blank. But I kind of sucked when I started playing, and I didn't start that long ago. So
bullshit. You started and then you beat all 20 levels of Dimensions End with
no, I beat like 11 levels.
40 characters.
You guys are
she
you've been playing for 8 months at this point, right?
Yeah.
I guess it's been a while now. Yeah, I don't really. It doesn't. This time has been so weird the last couple years, so it doesn't really feel like 8 months, but it's been a really long time. But gameplay wise, I guess I've kind of branched out in the teams I build. I used to run a lot of kind of off turn, really safe, bulky teams, and that was like my comfort food. But I think when I got Terra, I started experimenting with more rush teams and just like the different ways you can do that. So just learning how to play different styles of teams, and that's important for not feeling like you're limited for fights because typically you want to build for fights rather than building teams in a vacuum. So that just like makes me a more flexible player. And things I could do better. I think I could use more of my roster more. I kind of tend to use like the same units for a while, so usually the cadets, but some other characters like Paladin, Cecil, Lightning. Who else were some of my standbys? Arciella I used a ton. I think like I have pretty skewed usage stats, so I feel like I could use some of the LDs that I pulled but never really touched very often. I'm trying to like looking through my roster to see if there's specific people I feel like I missed out on. I think Cabronth would have been like a fun character to explore in the party. I've seen some cool clears with him. I used Waka once. There definitely could have been more with that because his debuff is so funny. But basically, just trying to experiment more. I think experimenting is like the most fun thing you can do in this game. So
And
that's
in
something I
life.
want to do more in Leaf Plus and in life.
And in
Yeah.
life. Improvements I've made, none. I started off as the best. I'm still the goddamn best. And improvements I need to make. None.
Multitasking on
None.
stream, that's one of
I'm the
them.
best. No, it's content. It's funny. I could destroy this with my eyes closed if I wanted to. I need no improvements, and that's my answer. We are way behind schedule, so we're gonna finish these up. I think we have 2 more. No, we only have 1 more. This is the final one. This is an anonymous recording from Anonymous.
I'm calling in to let y'all know that Raw Life is a best host. All the other ones can kick bricks and suck rocks. Raw Life is the best. Zoey and Blart smell like elderberries. Go Raw Life.
A fan. That's a fan. And that's the last one of the week. So obviously I've got 2 fans so far, and Zoey has 0 and Blart has 0. So if you want to ask us preferably a DFO related question next week, go to Lifestream, DFFOO at gmail.com, and send us a question. We would love it if it was audio. If not, we'll still have we'll get a robot to do your question. So those were all the questions we had. How are we going to get through this TCC challenge, Blart? Are you going to carry me? Let me turn the volume back up.
I've never been told I smell like elderberries before. Honestly, I think it feels like a compliment. I'm feeling like nice and aromatic now. That's pleasant. Thanks, guy.
I had some elderberry tea today. It was pretty good. So I'm not feeling that bad about that one.
Who has my Jack call? This game is bullshit.
Probably Agrias.
Cypher has
Cypher's Waka, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good. Just attack and then Jack call.
Did Raw really just call his own show? No, that was not me. That was a fan. That was one of my fans. I know you don't have fans, so you don't understand, but it's a... He didn't even change his fucking accent. That wasn't my
honest opinion from the viewers. Yep.
The thing is, if that was Raw Life, he would have tried to do like an accent, and we've heard his accents, and they're atrocious. So I don't know. I really think it's up in the air about who that was.
It was anonymous. It came into the mailbox as anonymous. There was no attaching, there's no way of knowing who that was, basically.
It's going to be forever a mystery. Who knows? Just one of the many enigmas of life that we're going to have to carry with us going forward.
I can't do this fight. It's too hard. I'm going to quit. Goose came in with the, when's the message getting played? I didn't hear all stop talking. Okay. I don't think my accent is that bad.
Why did you LD?
Because it's dead.
World may
Run's
never
dead.
know.
Run's dead.
Why
Run's
is the run dead?
Because 2 is at, or A is at 2. See?
You have Cypher. You can check the orb up.
The orb was at 0.
Range damage, bro.
Oh, is this a range damage orb?
Crit and range.
I thought it was crit.
It's both. It's plus 1 from each of them.
I thought it was crit.
You are a marvel. You're incredible.
That's what they tell me.
Never change, Raw Life.
Let me check. Hold on. Let me check. I don't know if y'all are fucking with me. Count target takes.
See Cypher.
Oh damn! Count target takes critical brave damage or ranged brave damage. Oh, I saw everybody posting no range damage. I was like, well, congratulations. I don't know what that fucking has to do with anything. But
my TCC didn't have range damage.
Well, I didn't know that you had to have range damage. I just had.
You just let the orb take off.
Yeah. So here's the plan. We're gonna let them move once. Then we're gonna throw all these debuffs on them. Waka, what is the one that I'm looking for? What does it look like? Like, what does it say? Like, what does it say on the debuff? Like, stat down? Like, what?
But you mean, like, how do you know that you've rolled the right one?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it'll say, like, takes additional brave damage and lowers whatever the stats are. When you mouse over it or click on it.
Look, everyone in chat who's going off on me for not knowing his ranged damage orb, isn't that even better that I'm so good? I don't even need the second check to the orb. I don't even need 2 checks to the orb. Give me 1 check to the orb, and that's what I'm checking.
Well, I think you brought 2. Actually, no. Actually, you brought like Ace Zidane, right? Maybe you didn't. So
No, I brought Bartz, Zidane, and someone's not
Trey.
No, Trey. Oh, he's ranged.
So
Okay.
you did know it was. You would not have brought Trey if you didn't know it was a ranged orb.
I don't know what you're accusing me of, but it's not true. Whatever this accusation is completely misplaced, and I've got to step away for a moment. So if
You're in contempt of the court.
I'm out of order. This whole courtroom is out of order. You guys talk in chat, in voice chat. Come up with a plan. Everyone wants to talk trash on me because I can't beat the fight. Why is it only up to me? This is a community, okay?
Oh, boy.
As a community, we're going to get through this fight. So I'm going to step away. I might eat a taco. Zoey, Blart, how do we beat this fight with this team? I don't want to change anything else. This is the team we have to beat, okay?
You got it.
Okay, discuss.
I mean, I will say this is bringing me back to, I don't know how many of you were there for when Raw and the rest of us took down the Flans on Tier 4. That was a fun collaborative activity, and I'm getting flashbacks to that in a kind of bittersweet sort of way, so I guess we're just going to have to live with that. Dres64 asking what the TCC challenge rules are.
I actually know them, so
you go for it.
There's 3 levels for the TCC challenge generally. There's a just for fun, which is like the easiest one and kind of like tip your toes into the water. That just means you can't bring a BT plus and everything else is legal. There is a regular one, which means that there will usually be synergy bans along with a couple character bans for characters who are really good for the fights. Spoilers, it's probably going to be Sid, Reigns, and Core a lot of the time. And then the last one is going to be the Extreme, which is usually no burst phases at all. So it's kind of like a ramp up progression, and you pick what you're going to be doing. So that's about it, really. You can start with the just for funs, or if you're ready, just start with some of the harder ones. And there's no penalty for failing, so yeah.
And Dres, specifically for this fight, the current the bans are, as Zoey said, for just for fun, it's no BT plus phase. For the regular challenge, it's no BT plus, no synergy, and no core or Sid Reigns. And then for the extreme, it's all that stuff plus no regular burst phase. Meaning my goofy ass Sid Reigns run would have been a just for fun run had I recorded it. And I don't know. I was kind of over this fight, but I was actually working on a team on the train home after that I feel has some legs, and I don't.
Oh yeah, this is the one. This is the one you didn't want to spoil. So I'm very excited to see what it could be.
God, I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to make Beatrix Agrius Edward work.
That's pretty bold to bring Edward to this one.
I think it has. If I bring the right friend unit, I brought Zidane last time thinking he would give me some breathing room.
You bring Ace, right? Wouldn't Ace be the prime choice here?
You'd think so, but a key part of the strategy at this point revolves around using a Meditalian call to give me breathing room during the first orb phase. So I haven't quite worked out.
Well, you could take off the Meditalian's EX extension if you need a debuff space.
Oh yeah, that does work. Well, the thing is, I want that turn rate down because I do want the turns to be really spaced out.
The turn rate down stays. It's the turn rate down and the eye brave down that stay when you take it off. So it goes from 2 to 4, or 4 to 2.
Okay, that's I think this is,
I've actually used like the immediately take off the EX trick like quite a few times.
I think this is the first time I've actually tried to use a Mediterranean call in any run ever, so this is very exciting news. You may have just given me the tools I need to make Edward Lufania viable,
Yay!
which is
Fun.
going to ruin my relationship with Inkwelder yet again. I'm gonna have to probably buy
I
him
mean,
a fruit
it's
basket
like
or
it's
something.
just like you need breaks from each other, right? If you're dating, you use Edward, you separate for a bit, then you come back together again, do a couple Sabin runs to impress him, you know, the whole deal, court him.
I was trying to get Sabin Strago and Setzer through it, but it wasn't quite coming together.
I was actually trying to bring Sabin to this one.
I heard that team that Blart's trying to bring to this, and that is outrageous. If you make that work, I will get Blart tattooed on me.
You're a disembodied head right now. Okay, maybe the stream's lagging on my end. I just see an empty chair while you're talking to us.
Wait, do you see me?
I think
It
I just
didn't in
lagged
the
the stream.
Oh, look,
Get me
Zoey's
back.
team. Okay, all right. Zoey's ace is back. It's green with blue armor. So this is the run. I have to win on this time. So if anyone can guide me on what Waka Call does,
We already did.
but what does it say? Sat down?
It says, I think it'll be the one that doesn't say can't game brave and doesn't say unable to act.
Okay.
It'll be the
Okay.
one that doesn't say either of those two things.
All right,
Someone
Goose
that
is
looks like a
heading to
normal
sleep.
debuff.
Goose is over in England or Europe or somewhere over there. So he's got to go to sleep. Shout out Goose. Thank you so much for staying up for us. Follow him on YouTube. That's the 60 seconds character updates. Tell you what they do. Give you a little giggle. And send you on your way. Not wasting any time. It doesn't take 30 minutes to teach you about a character. Just 60 seconds. Check out Goose on YouTube. Thank you,
Hi,
Goose.
Goose.
Good night. OmniGamer says Edward is Luffy plus bio. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I saw a Pandemonium Edward run, I think. I don't remember
We'll
if there were
find
any
out.
others, but I'm pretty sure I saw one of those.
oh, give me 20 minutes. He's gonna do it. He's gonna put his money where his mouth is.
I love it. Good luck, Omni Gamer.
Good luck. So we're just gonna let him move. But I have all delay characters, so that's not good. Or almost all delay
I got new
characters.
overalls today. They're very comfy.
Oh, I just tripped some stuff. Some girl says you can get any character through this fight. I've seen it. If you have the right other two and then the right friend unit, I believe that she is correct. You can get almost any unit through this based on your friend unit and sorry, I just got lost in thought.
I mean, Lulu is pretty important to some of the Sid Reigns event clears. That's a really quality third right there.
Lulu.
Yeah, people got Lulu through that fight.
Can we talk about Cloud of Darkness's Brave Plus toying appendages?
Mm-hmm.
I took a gander at chat after I defended my usage of it, and it appears that unfortunately that's not a button you want to press.
Well, it takes a turn and doesn't do damage, so generally not what you want.
But you can
Sure.
break and build stacks. I think it builds
Yeah,
stacks.
You can do that with her skills too. Their skills.
Whatever.
It's like very, very niche. If you're having trouble building brave damage, sometimes it could be. I don't know when I would ever use it, to be honest.
I'm just gonna HP attack with Cypher. Oh, it still delays. He delays on everything.
Why did you?
I didn't know that he delays on his HP plus AOE delay.
Why are you clicking?
Some girl says the one use case for it is if both targets are unbroken, you can get an extra stack. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd probably take the damage most of the time, to be honest, but that's fair.
Okay. Well, they're about to move, so we'll be good. Here we go.
I'm so confused why you HP plussed.
Because I didn't want to delay them any further. I want
He
them to move.
delays on everything. That's what his buff
I
does.
don't ever. He has like 20 skill uses. I don't ever use his HP plus. I didn't know that.
That's from his buff. That's what his character. That's what his LD did.
Okay, so here's the moment of truth. They've moved once. I'm gonna walk a call.
All right. Do it.
Status reels, perfect.
You didn't get either of them. But it's okay. I don't think you need the defense down for this.
What do you mean? It says status reels. All right, whatever.
I'm not. I refuse to explain this again. I'm not doing it.
I think I got the one I wanted. I'm just gonna move forward with the decision, or with the belief that I did what I wanted.
I'm not completely convinced this isn't a bit, but it's a bit that I'm enjoying, so I'm just gonna let it ride out.
I gotta be real honest with you guys. A lot of people think a lot of the things that I do when I'm failing on stream is a bit. It's like funny, haha. He's making mistakes. Absolutely not. Not a single thing of this is a bit. I literally am just. I'm just fucking letting it ride, baby. Just doing whatever happens. So if you think it's a bit, you're wrong.
Raw Life, the best player in DFO. Dress64 has a good question. Noob question. That's fine. Everybody's a noob sometimes. Do blue armor boosts stock? Yes, they do, which is why blue armors are very popular for challenge runs, because they kind of push thresholds easily.
Next to green BTs and BTs versus no BTs, blue armors is the biggest difference that your team comp can have. If you have 3 blue armors, either 2 of the same kind or 1 of the same kind or 3 of the same kind, since they stack, that's it can be a complete game changer based on your team comp. And like some girl just said, if you're capping, it increases the caps. So
yeah, and
if you're not
capping isn't
reaching-
a given
Yeah, if
in
you're not
Finding a
reaching-
Plus, so it depends. But this is a fight you can cap in with some fair modifiers. Like I was running Shantoto, who has a lot of defense down, and she was capping even at the end of the fight.
Yeah,
With 2 blue armors from Deuce and from her own.
But yes, blue armors make a big difference. Don't believe anyone who says they don't.
So are you gonna burst early with COD, or what do you think the plan is here?
I think that when the orb goes away,
Raw Life, no! What are you doing?
what did I do wrong?
Stole COD's break? This is Palom Gate all over again.
Some girl said ... Did you just steal
That's
the
a
break?
lot of
with Kuroko?
ellipses. Wow. You really triggered her with that one.
I did. You know why? Because boom, get out of here. LD, just throw him. Just throw him. Oh, they didn't get delayed that much. Oopsies.
It's a break delay. That's what LD does, and now you have a 0 for him.
We'll make it work. We'll make it work, guys. Don't worry. Lord Touch Me's in the chat. Hello, Lord Touch Me. Welcome.
Hello.
You missed an absolute shit show of an evening, but we're still here. We're gonna get this TCC run done.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I think we'll be all right. I just found out that it's a ranged orb ranged orbed as well. So I think I've got two orb checks now. So
That's some good damage from Cypher.
he's the best, man. Let's go ahead and check these real quick. So we got whatever the fuck Waka's doing. Status reels
Damage up. Not that hard.
brave. So it's like a freeze and brave damage up. Trash. You got Ciphers, Jack, Generic we're going to replace with Ace. Faded Molly needs to stay up the whole fight. Hioro and Foul, which is also Ciphers. So,
Oh, that's a good question, Drez. We were actually gonna... I guess we can talk about Kistis a little bit, right? I mean,
Yeah.
while
Yeah.
you're doing this, because
Yeah.
there's not much else to talk about.
yeah, we'll talk about it.
So the reason Kestis isn't doomed super hard is because it's beatable by a base kit Kistis with free resources. So you don't actually need to pull for it for the easiest path because her rework is what makes her good. It makes the Degenerator Whip instant turn, and all you need is a 35 CP weapon, which you can power token. So as long as you got 25 power tokens, you should be good to go. And you can just bring your heavy hitters with the Kistis. You can also use a Kistis friend. You can use Cloud of Darkness. So they're very squishy enemies because they don't have a ton of HP, and the Brave Gain reductions are only 50% because they wanted to sell Kistis, who's a battery unit. So low HP, not very hard battery restrictions. There's a free option for getting rid of the regens, and those are the main reasons why it's not very hard. It's restrictive, but it's not hard. So it kind of falls into like the what's it called? The right crucible for tier 5, which is also restrictive but not very hard. Or you can like blast past it, but this one you do kind of want the delayers. There are some runs with no delay at all with Rain's Mail, but it's pretty hard to execute that. So I would just bring a Kistis or a Cod. But yeah, Vein Cycle is when the fights are going to pick up in difficulty a little bit again.
Especially if you're trying to run Zidane through every single fight. That's going to be a tough cycle. But like Zoey said, the Kistis, if you have a base Kistis that's basically free, everybody can get it. She can meet the orb, right? Is that the conversation?
The orb is +1 on single delays and +10 on double or triple delays. So a lot of characters can hit the double delay orb mark. Aranea single target, Sabin for both. Who else? Cypher for both. There's a couple more, right? Well, Cod and Kistis, obviously.
Mina's got a good question I want to touch on. How do all the hosts pronounce the character that's about to come out that uses a whip that wants to have
I've said
sex?
the name like 10 times, so I say Kistis because that's what it seems like to me.
The character that wants to have sex with Squall. Blart, how do you say it? How do you say it?
Renoa?
That's the character that does.
I've been told that it's Kistis. I've never. It hasn't really come up that I've had to say it, but I think Kistis is technically correct.
Well, they're in chat talking about how the orb isn't what needs a 3-turn delay. Point being, you need a 3-turn delay, but Kistis does it for free. That's what Zoey was just mentioning. You don't have to pull for Kistis. She's still
not at all, because these are like significantly less bulky than some of the Lufenia plus enemies we've been accustomed to, like the Guy Gators, or even these knights are bulkier than the Kistis enemies.
They're honestly less bulky than a lot of the regular Lufenia bosses. Like toward the end of Lufenia, we were fighting bosses with 20k HP or 20 million HP, and these guys each have 7 million. So I think, off the top of my head, I think there was one of the Sanctuary Keeper fights or something like. They're pretty squishy for bosses. They rely heavily on this HP regen as a way of challenging you because it's a lot of HP presumably. But if you, like you said, you bring some kind of non-LD Kistis can close that off, and then the other 2 characters plus your friend unit can carry the rest of the damage, or your 3 units plus a friend Kistis, either way, however you choose to run it. And you can blast your way through 7 million HP. I mean, keep in mind, Sid Reigns does 1 million damage on one launch. So
yeah, they have it's like I guess 8 million effective HP because of the shields, but that's still pretty low. And the brave damage reductions are normal for Lufenia Plus, but you're gonna notice like how bigger the refunds on your characters are and stuff like that. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. When you get to it, it should be okay.
My Agrius lost our overhead, as some girl pointed out.
She did.
Well, it's okay. This team doesn't rely on Brave Gains, so it's completely useless.
Yeah, it's totally useless. That's why I let it fall off.
She's mostly there for Aged Molly.
She's mostly there because I blued her armor, and I used her a lot before Lufenia Plus started, and now I want to use her again, and so I'm going to use her again.
Well, she's been a very good character, so there's not a reason not to use her.
The official mascot of the Lifestream.
That's right.
Pretty much.
Bl'Artagnan. Basically, whether we get to the finish line tonight or not. I think we will, but if we don't, I will beat this with Blue Agrius because it makes me happy to use Blue Agrius. So I'm gonna LD here because I can and I want to.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
I don't know about that one.
That's what we're gonna do.
It's like show the bravery first.
Half of the brave. I think I'm gonna burst.
Zero
Earth.
form would break it.
I think I'm going to switch Cypher for Ace while the orb is gone and chew up a lot of their HP. Is that the move? That's a good question in chat. Dress 64. Who do all the hosts have blued so far? Blart, who do you have blued?
Love the engagement, Drez. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drez, you're carrying the show right now. Let's go, Drez.
Yeah,
Keep
I
it
want
up.
to say, great. It's good to see you here, Drez. I know haven't seen you in a little while, so it's good to have you on the stream. So off the top of my head, I know I have Golbez and Edward and Strago blue. I have Queen blue, better for worse. I've
Better. Queen is great.
I haven't used her in a little bit, so I need to kind of get back. She's one of those blues where it was like I did it for the power, not because I was drawn to the character, and I'm kind of like I don't know if I want to. Anyway, Agrius, Bartz, Xdeath. Who else? I feel like there's one other person who is escaping me, but that's about the size of it, I think, right now.
Raw, you didn't leave 2 debuff spaces for Ace.
There's generics on there. I'll push them off.
There's 1 generic.
Oh, fuck me.
I guess you can just give them a turn because they're
No, fuck
stunned, but
No, fuck that.
Does using
this is
hit-
painful.
I don't want
If
Faded
you
Molly
L-
to fall.
If you LD and then
You can reset
oh,
the
God.
faded molly. Oh, what were you saying, Bart?
no, I'm just
He's trying.
Don't worry about it.
He's trying to control me and
It's impossible. You can't control.
he's trying to
wildlife.
make
You
sense. He's trying to make sense of the strat, and he can't do it.
Alright.
Zoe, who do you have blued?
It's inscrutable.
I
Unknowable.
have some pretty predictable blues, which are all the Type 0 characters released so far. So that's, gosh, let me see if I can do this. Okay. 9, 7, Deuce, Sync, Ace, Trey, Jack. I think there's a couple more. Kurosame and Queen. Okay, so that's 9. And then I also have Agrius and Shantoto. So that's 11 characters I've blued, and I am pretty dry on materials. If you have 1120 high armor tokens, you can blue a lot more units and feel good about it. So I wouldn't hoard. I would get some blues in there. But Raw, what are yours so far?
Hoarding is a disease. Is the first thing I want to say.
Beatrix was the last one. I knew there was
You
one
have
I was
Beatrix
missing.
blued.
Matrix is a good one.
Fantastic.
Beatrix.
So I've got the typical. Tifa is blued. Citarains is blued. Just damage. You got to get a bunch of damage out of them. Palom, who I have geniusly wielded through multiple Lufanias. Or maybe just one Lufania where he was actually synergy. But point being, I have blue Palom. I have a blue Golbez because I saw some Blart videos where Golbez was just doing absolute crazy shithouse damage, and I wanted to see it, so I blued Golbez. I don't know who else. Who else do I have blue, y'all? Zidane, obviously. Zidane.
It's funny you mentioned Golbez. I actually part of why I blued him was because John Belmont made blue Golbez look so fun. So the chain continues.
The Golbez got forced into you. You didn't choose the life. Golbez life chose you.
Precisely.
Do you have VV blued, Raw?
No, I'm not a true Final Fantasy IX fan. Everyone tells me all the time I don't have him blued.
Sucks.
I'm not pulling gems for Garnet.
Ooh, the Edge showcase is out. Do you wanna intercut that really quick?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Edge all do?
I gotta see what I can do here though. It's do I
It's
want to let
really-
them move? Do I want to let them move? So
You
that
do
this
because
flips
you
over?
need the debuff to flip.
So I just LD again then, right?
No.
Yeah, just replace
You
this.
wanna save one of the LDs because it's gonna flip your next turn anyway. So just do like a great spiral, do like a mega burst or a great spiral combo. Probably mega burst so he stays on the field longer.
I gotta get Faded Molly straight back on. Some girl says, I'm not convinced Raw actually likes Final Fantasy IX. I think it's a bit. I do love Final Fantasy IX. Garnet, as a DFFOO character, does not interest me that much. So I'm gonna ticket. I'll throw every ticket I have at her. But I'm trying to save gems because I've had such a nightmare experience with my gems recently, so that's what happened there. Give me 1 second.
So you're gonna burst with COD, right? You're gonna put Faded Molly on, and then you're gonna get your burst.
Yeah.
Because you should do it while Ace is on the field, so you get the BT aura.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
You might want to summon to get yourself out of this.
I want to call out CSAM in chat saying you were all warned about Blue Golbez. I will say that I took Golbez through, I want to say, like 9-10 Lufenia straight, and I had a blast each time, so I do not think that Blue Arm was wasted, even though he's currently sitting sadly on the bench.
It was fun for his time. And Night BC, thanks for coming. Hope you had a good time.
BC, good having you, man.
Yeah, check out BC on YouTube. Black Cloud, Black Nero. Appreciate seeing him in chat. Golbez was great for the time that we were able to enjoy him.
It was good for the time. He was good. It wouldn't great.
I had a fantastic time. He was very satisfying to play.
That I will agree with. It's nice to be just kind of like a truck DPS that doesn't have any turn shenanigans. It just kind of like lets the bosses do their things.
This game isn't always kind to characters who are fair and like aren't bullshitty.
Well,
but,
this is a pretty. Actually, the freeze is kind of a
the freeze
mechanic, isn't it?
Oh, I intend to abuse the shit out of that when he gets his BT plus. Don't you worry about that.
Okay, so here you want to LD, get the double going, and then this is a little unconventional. So I think you want to spam a couple AAs with Agrius, and then you want to LD with COD, and then you want to burst once your summon finishes, so you can guarantee that you get the burst while. Actually, let me see. Okay, Ace has one more turn, so no, you can play normal. You can play normal. Ace, I was like, I thought.
I refuse to do the smart thing. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
No, I was wrong anyway. I didn't see that Ace. Like, I thought Ace was gonna leave this next turn, but he's not. So
that works out then. I was just gonna do what I want to do, and just flip in the face of.
I was being a vile woman. I was misleading you, so it's a good thing you stuck to your guts.
Hold on, I got you. Devious, foul woman.
Foul woman.
Devious.
Golbez BT Plus. Yeah, December sounds right. Might be early. It's late December or early January. It's like with Caius.
Then you will feel silly for all the.
Okay, wait. You should have saved the LD then. That's fine. You're gonna win. You're blowing this up.
Yeah, we'll blow it up. I just have to make sure that Ace is still in the field. Oh, yeah, it'll be fine.
COD, you're just gonna use Ace's
Ace,
last LD. COD as a turn.
Agrius, Faded Molly's still up, and then I'll burst with COD. Okay.
Save the I would save the 0 stacks for your burst, I guess.
Yeah.
Or you could just
I go into, but if I go into burst with 5 stacks,
you could just zero form and then LD. Use your last LD again. I would zero form A and use your last LD. There's no point not to go all out right here.
Wait, what?
He got a very bad rework, and he didn't get an extension to his burst effect, so it's kind of copium for Golbez fans.
It's pretty rough for Golbez.
Who are we about to watch a video of?
Edge.
Edge. Oh, Edge. Edge got a cool costume. Why does it matter if you do the 0 form and burst? I wanted to have 5 stacks.
You do more damage, and you get faster stacks back up.
Yeah, I wanted to have 5 stacks of whatever Samegi. Is Faded Molly still on?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so is a hot dog a sandwich or a taco? It's a sandwich. No. A hot dog is
Hot dogs gross me out, but like
It's a hot
I don't.
dog.
I never really ate them, so I guess I don't feel qualified to.
Here's the thing. You
Answer
go
this
into,
one?
so you go into a taco like a Mexican restaurant, right? You don't order a hot dog. You go into a Subway. You go into a sandwich shop. You don't get a hot dog. You go to a hot dog stand. You get a hot dog. That's where you get the hot dog. You get the hot dog at the hot dog stand. You don't get it at the sandwich shop. You don't get it at the taco stand. You get it at the hot dog stand because the hot dog is its own thing. And I don't know why it's so hard for all these knuckle draggers and mouth breathers to understand that. It's really simple, guys.
Blart with the mic drop. Blart feels incredibly powerfully about this. Clearly, and I want to go directly in his face and say, I've had a hot dog from a sandwich shop.
Ooh, this
Hot-
is a juicy launch. Very nice.
And
Hot
that's-
dog.
It sounds like
Ooh.
I can't. It sounds to me like the guys you're working with there aren't very. They're not specialized. They're trying to branch out. They're trying to diversify, and that means the quality of the product is going to go down.
I didn't know you were so opinionated on this.
Yeah, you're very strongly opinionated on hot dogs being sandwiches.
I'm sorry.
Secret Zell fan?
No, honestly, I don't even like hot dogs. I just think that people need to. People are very siloed in their thinking. They're very this or that, black or white. And the world isn't like that. The world is full of grays and hues and different shades of colors.
Why'd you wide angle?
And so when you say, is a hot dog a sandwich or a taco, you're limiting people's options. Don't limit people's options. Give them choices, give them options, give them things they can explore and learn about, and eat that hot dog. Eat that taco. Don't eat that sandwich from the sandwich shop that we're all went to because they're making hot dog. You don't want that. You don't want that. It's not going to be a good sandwich.
I have a question. What's a bodega?
Oh,
No.
Not again.
It's a
Not
place.
again.
It's a bathhouse. It's like a place up north where you can get a pack of combos and a Red Bull, and also I'm gonna use my last LD because I just don't give a shit. And also
Already,
take
they're
a
in the
shower.
Shadow Realm.
I mean,
And also-
you were
also take a
actually
shower?
you were actually doing pretty well up until that last part. You're getting pretty close.
So it's like a gas station with no gas.
More well, yeah, but they have
More of
they have cats
It's
usually.
more of a deli with like
Yeah.
other stuff in it too. Yes, it's a corner store. I can't do this again. I don't have the mental energy for it.
I'd
Can
like
we
to
please-
point out before we go,
Please
before
finish
we
fight
end the
so we can
stream,
watch the Edge.
before we end the stream with the Edge video, I'd like to point out we got lots of haters here. We got people who even think that what's it called? Sandbag? That I sandbag for content. Simply not true. Look at what I've done. This is a TCC challenge. This is a TCC challenge, and I've made a mockery. Oh, Omnigamer is Nidra.
Yeah,
God damn it.
was,
We were so nice to him earlier because I didn't realize it was Nidre.
Nidre all along.
It was Nidre all along. If you were some rando who was like, oh, I'm going to use Edward in the Luffy Plus, I'd be like, holy shit, well done. But Nidre, you're a damn... You've probably used Edward in this Luffy Plus in JP already, so...
You probably could have done this extreme if you wanted to, Raw. Your turn count's looking pretty nice.
Well, you know what? That's what happens when you are scientifically on another level. People like to laugh at me, oh, Blue Palum, you can't use your Blue Palum. Well, guess what? I don't have to use Blue Palum. Because I'm fucking incredible, point blank period, at this video game. Look at this TCC challenge. Boom. Done. Get shit on. Before we go to the Edge showcase, when is the last time Edge got anything in JP? Is this his LD? Everything
This is his
like
release.
all,
This is completely new. He is
This is all new.
the second last character to get an LD, and my boy King
Oh,
is the last
shit.
character. So
So
we're
this
coming
is-
up on the end here.
That's wild. So this is actually this is basically our Edge right now in global. Getting
Yep, he's finally gotten buffed.
okay.
I don't know
Alright.
when X Plus came out, but I assume it's a very long time ago.
If somebody could drop the Twitter, do they do the Twitter video there too?
I'll get the Twitter.
Get the Twitter video.
Or I'll get the. Yeah.
And I would like a written apology from everyone who trash talked my play in this fight. Look at what happened. It doesn't matter. I just do whatever I want, and I still win at the end. So, TCC challenge done.
What more can you say? The results speak for themselves here.
Thanks.
Raleigh is
Thanks,
the
Blart.
best player to ever play the game. It's a trade.
Oh wait, what's the fucking turn count? Because
It's
oh,
like 60.
fine.
You're
We're
fine.
so fine.
I said you could have done it in extreme.
Um,
You wanted to.
I'm getting excited
wants to do
because
that?
I'm getting excited because Edge, he's coming with a great costume. Is this the,
Oh yeah,
the
his
first?
costume is fucking sick.
Is this
all
the first
all
time the
costumes
costumes
and,
come out?
cosmetics are... Yep, it's the new one.
Drez with a
That was
fantastic
Mino.
question.
Definitely Mino.
What stream was
think
I
was there for that
watching
one.
where they couldn't bring up Twitter because their Twitter is all porn? That was Mino Spell Good. He is here in chat. Let him hear about it. Yeah, that was Mino Spell Good. That was not Zoey.
Lies.
I
Slander.
appreciate the attempted deflection, though.
I was only a bystander. I was not
Look,
one.
Let me tell you guys
Or
something.
did
Let me
not.
tell you guys something. COD's BT phase literally our BT effect ends right here. This is the end of her BT effect. You want to talk about a perfect run? You take all your Brave Plus tomfoolery, your questioning, your fucking throwing rocks, and you shove it, you know where, because that's a perfect run.
You didn't even get the lasers though. So they didn't technically finish the follow up. So you kind of
Whatever.
didn't really get that one.
Mino's trying to change our PG rating to like.
NC-17. It's my
Mino,
guess.
Mino came in really strong from the very beginning. With
Violence all
yeah,
around.
he brought
Mino.
violence. He brought
Don't
violence
be
in
spicy,
like
Mino. Might want to tone it down next time,
Yeah.
or Daniel will come with a vengeance.
yeah. The very first thing he came in with was I'm not gonna repeat it, but it was pretty heavy.
I will
So
say I'm still not convinced that this isn't an elaborate updog style joke.
what's up, dog?
Not much, dog. How about you? What's up with you?
Are you
All right, I
fucking
put the
kidding
I
me,
put Edge in the chat.
Blart? Don't do that. No, don't do that. Uh oh, I gotta get the. Don't laugh.
That's
Don't.
awful.
Yeah, no, Mino's right. I did fail to stick the landing there. Well, honestly, I didn't think I was going to get it.
Crashed the landing. That was abysmal.
Yeah, no, because I was like, "There's no way he's going to walk into this." And then
Mino.
he did, and I was stumbling over myself.
Mino, do you want to come into voice chat for this? We're almost done. But if you want to talk about Edge,
Hi, it's
come
been
on,
such
Mino.
a nice episode.
Because I want to hear him really go off on. I want to hear him. Also, he's the only one who can
Fuck.
speak. He
I
speaks.
heard an
he speaks-
invite. I heard an invite.
He's here. Also, let me finish the reason I was going to invite him.
Howdy, fella.
He speaks
Hi,
Japanese.
Mino.
He speaks Japanese too.
So,
So we need you for this.
or what? Are we
well,
going to Japan XXX?
Come on, dude. Why did you guys invite him? I told you he's gonna do the fucking.
Let the record stand. I'm the one who voted against this.
All right, Mino. I need you to read what's going on here. Okay, I got it pulled up on the thing. This is the Edge Twitter video. Here we go.
Oh shit! The Edge Twitter video is out.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I'm Chinese, not Japanese. You racist piece of shit.
Racist.
You've definitely translated on stream.
You've
before,
translated
though.
it. Thank you, Blart. God bless. I know that you're Chinese. That doesn't mean all Chinese people speak. You know what? Just watch the video. Please help us out. Oh,
Wait,
look at
what's
the
it-
costume.
Can you pause on the?
Crazy stuff
Can you
is going
pause on
on.
the buff? Can you pause on the fucking buff?
Go back to the
Thing-
buff first.
Yeah, like what the fuck? I'm
What?
actually interested in doing this because I didn't know the video was out.
Look, first off, look at his fucking outfit. That shit
Go
is
to the
awesome.
buff.
His
All right,
outfit.
thank you. All right, thank
His
you.
outfit.
All right, thank you. Son of a bitch! Are you serious?
It's up. It's up. It's up. It's
Keeps
up.
changing
What does it
them.
say? Read it.
All
Word for
right.
word.
All right, let's see.
Jesus, this is a long one. Oh my god.
All right, so all allies gain the effects below, and it doesn't stack. Brave damage up 50%. Stolen
What?
overflow is up 20%.
His overhead is a scarf.
Yes,
Does that
and
Does that have
HP
some-
damage up 20%. Yeah, it is. Did you play the After Years?
I was gonna say, does it have some story relevance? No, I'm only just about to play. Wait, what's he from? 4? I'm about to play 4 for the first time.
He's from the After Years. That's where his costume and his scarf is from.
All right, are you done with the reading?
Oh yeah, okay. So gives party 50% brave damage up, 20% HP damage up, stolen overflow up 20%, and then gives himself the following. Oh shit, that's a big that's a big
Oh, boy.
chunk.
I said this one is like a ton of stuff going on.
Well, first of all, I don't know what JP standards are right now, but just a permanently active LD that gives 50% brave damage
50%
up.
is higher than average, I think. The rest of it is pretty in line.
Wait, he gives himself 50% or everyone?
Everybody.
Everybody
Holy
for party
shit.
buff, that's pestle level. That's pretty high.
Pestle doesn't give 50% brave damage up on his best day.
Yeah, he does.
He straight up does.
His overhead is literally 50% brave damage, 20% HP damage, and then he
Actually-
enchants on top of it.
Well, that,
Not
Ross,
on his
you're right.
not on his best day.
On his best day, he's enchanting and dealing, giving you more brave damage.
On his best day, he's giving you like 100% total.
Dang. So
Mino, are
mad.
you?
Alright,
are
let's
you-
let Mino keep going.
Yeah, go Mino.
No, it's okay. You guys can talk because I'm trying to fucking figure this out. This is a
I mean,
big ass
I don't blame
puzzle.
you. This is fucking dense, dude.
Holy shit.
I also want to shout out while he's reading this, Omni Gamer, Nidre. Check out FFOOtip.com. Very good for hoarders. It helps you schedule out your pools. It helps you schedule out your resources. He actually came in with he brought Edward all bronze to Lofty Souls Lufania. So it has been done. Good job, Nidre. Mino, do you know yet? Have you read? Are you?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the condition for it. So I mean, the big thing is basically a follow up attack. So it stacks. The scarf can have up to 2 stacks as long as it has a non-zero number of stacks. It'll trigger the follow up attack, which is a 4-hit AOE Magic Brave plus HP, executed twice, split damage. 1.6 times if a single target.
There's been a lot of additional attackers recently. We got Edge, we got Scythe, we got Cisne. There's been a ton of them.
Yeah, stolen overflow is 20%. This is all just like a standard attack. It's not
Number
a big
stuff,
deal.
yeah.
So this ticks when. Oh no, sorry. This ticks when the stacks go to 0, and then it resets stacks to 1 with a maximum limit of 2.
So
And
he's
then
the,
when it's at 2, something
he's the
special
dodge,
happens.
right? To like get closer to the attack. I think that's how it works.
I thought I saw a translation that said that like the attack gets upgraded at like max or 0 stacks or something. And basically, it's one of those attacks where it's like regular
Let's
attack,
watch.
regular attack,
Let's watch
big
the
attack.
video and find out.
Yeah, that's a good point. Also, I think he has a discount ability like
Oh, these
Irohan. Yeah.
fucking dimensions end. What was before Transcendence? Entropy? Tier 20? Was it Entropy?
Yeah, but this isn't tier 20.
This is the
Close
guys
though.
from Tier 20. Yes, it is.
Tier
No,
20
this
was
isn't tier 20.
Okay, that looks like his additional attack right
These
there.
were
So
the guys
that
from Tier
happens.
20.
No, these are the guys from fucking which tier was it? It was the same tier as with the Robo Birds that we just fought in the latest.
Oh yeah.
Transcendence tier.
You're right.
Ooh, this looks like the upgraded one, I guess.
Tier 20.
Yeah,
was
so it
like
looks like
LB.
it looks
Lock
like
and
stack 2. Yeah, stack 2. 2 stacks
Oh,
is where it gets.
Rydia comes in with his attack.
Let's
That's
get a
cool.
replay of that real
Isn't
Rydia-
Rydia like?
She comes.
Doesn't Edge meet Rydia when she's a child?
Yeah, but then later on, when everything's all cool and kosher,
Yeah, she got magically aged up, just like everybody
Beautiful.
else.
I love a romance. That
why is Seven there? Does Seven get stuff?
No, Seven is once again passed up. She's been roster filler like twice.
Rest in peace.
It's Garnet gets C90, I think. So looks solid. I mean, I can't say I really know what's going on. I don't really know what Edge's base kit did, but
He dodged everything and
Yeah, he's
That's
lightning and fire elemental
looks-
now. I don't know how good that is.
when did he get fire?
oh well.
His
thank
LD
you for
and his follow-up. His LD
correcting
and
me,
his
some girl.
follow-up
That
are
actually does
fire.
make me feel a little bit better.
Arc, look at that. I'm gymming Garnet. Fuck it. I changed my mind.
Yeah, Garnet's animations are like that. Animation is top tier.
That is. A
Oh
really
Jesus!
damn.
Triple dump. Very nice.
That's really cool.
Also, the debuffs, having their own little thing now. I know that's been a couple weeks, but that's fucking awesome. When are we gonna get that?
Yeah, it's like it's not all of them, but some of the generics do get differentiators, which is cool. I like it.
Well, hopefully, I mean, GL usually has a history of getting these things earlier than JP
Earlier.
gets.
Yeah, we
Wait,
should be getting them pretty soon,
They're
honestly.
going back to Vincent. Oh, this is his call assist.
This is they always do the calls.
Go
at the
back. So
end.
go back to the big chunk again.
Yeah, I wanna see what he actually did.
To the
I'm
what?
trying to look for the Leo Bob translation. I think it's out already. I mean, I have like the first translation if you want me to just read it.
So hold on. Okay, so let me just make sure. So two party is brave damage up 50%, stolen brave 20%, HP damage up 20%, and then to himself, the debuffs he inflict are 5 turns now. Oh, additional
Increased by
5
turns.
Okay, and then when he does HP damage, he should have the discount like Iroha and Jack,
Yeah,
30%.
30% version, which I think
30%
is higher
discount.
than Iroha.
Yeah, but he also has less dumps and shittier damage. Like Jack and Iroha have multiple dumps across the
I
board.
mean, he does have multiple. It's just like he doesn't. I don't think he's a damage dealer though. Like
Discounts always cool. That's my favorite mechanic.
It's a
I don't
good
know how much I
mechanic.
like Edge, but discounts are always cool. So 30% discount. So Iroha
Everyone
gives
talks-
40 to herself.
Everyone talks about discounts, like when Aroha was coming out, but how
I
has it-
used her like crazy. I used
No.
Iroha a lot.
how much has it actually?
she was good in
performed?
Lufenia. I think she's like fine in
I used
Lufenia
a
Plus. She's
lot.
nothing special.
Every
I
time
couldn't use her in
tried to
Plus,
use
but go ahead.
just personally, every time I've tried to use her, I found myself thinking, someone else can do what I'm looking for better.
She was really good with characters like Eldnarsh and Trey, who I used a lot.
Okay.
Well,
So-
very good theory craft, just in practice, for me personally, it didn't work out great.
Yeah, I used her a decent amount.
I skipped her,
All
that's
right.
why I'm talking trash. But go
Okay,
on.
it
So
looks
is-
like
Overhead is flame scarf, and so yeah, until it hits 0, it'll always trigger when he personally dodges an attack. He'll counter with the following, and it's nothing special. It's just an attack. And then when it's up to 2 stacks though, and he dodges an attack, it turns into his ultimate move in.
Ultimate Art, Advent of Phoenix.
Yeah, I think that's when he did a band attack with all of his stupid ninjas.
The 4 ninjas from the After
Yeah.
Years. Yeah, I'm glad we don't have
Play
them.
that? You played it?
No, I've seen like YouTube of it.
Oh, okay. No, dude, the ninjas are gonna be cool. They have
No.
personality traits.
So I thought it would be kind of cool if they were like World of Final Fantasy style, like all 4 of the ninjas were a single character. I think that could be
Oh
fun.
god,
No.
World of Final Fantasy style anything is just trash.
Jesus, guys.
The end credit
Tough
dance is
crowd.
kind of cute, right?
Anyway, so he puts us in peril up on the basic counter. So it doesn't seem like a
Peril what?
problem.
the just thunder.
Yeah, Fire Thunder. Because he gets fire element as well.
Oh, so he imperils fire. Wait, he doesn't enchant fire, right? Is it still just
I
LD
think
and
he's just like
follow
a
up
self
only?
enchanter, right?
Is it an enchant at all? Because reading
If
this,
he already does, if he does
It might be in the
fire,
rework. I have to
actually
check
his
more of
his
the,
follow up is non-elemental, is what it's saying. I know the
Yeah, so
LD for
that
sure is
leads
fire.
me to believe that he would enchant himself, but it could be wrong. It could just be for his skills.
Yeah, I really wonder if he is really going to become dual element, or it's just going to be like a one-off for his.
I mean, like, I don't
Leafblade
know.
has a really important question. How you doing, Blart? I got the same question. Blart, you doing all right? You feeling good?
I'm feeling okay. I'm just taking this all in. Edge has always been a character who I've wanted to use, and I've just never had his gear when like he's been relevant. So I'm just looking, being like, one day I'm gonna get Edge LD, and it's gonna be cool ninja shit.
And you're gonna get
I
a new
just-
costume too.
Yeah, no, it's.
I
I mean, the
just
costume is
sandwich
dope.
between two of my. Well, King isn't one of my favorites, but he's from my favorite game, and
shit.
Realm is. Realm is probably my. It's between. I guess it's Terra, but Realm is a close number 2. Realm is one of my favorite characters in the series, so I'm very
All
excited
right.
for her.
Leafblade has redeemed Chug a Beer. We
A
almost
late night chug a
we
beer.
almost
Oh
made it
God!
all the way through. I have had too many beers already, but Leafblade, friend of the show, has decided to betray me, and I will not. Let me look in the camera when I see this. I will not forget that, Leafblade. Closing thoughts, anybody? Let's go one by one. Blart.
Geez. Yeah. I was seeing some people asking about with the Kiss to Sell if Kiss to Spanner is when they should pity Ace's burst.
Oh fuck.
And oh god, that's on beer. Jesus. And
Gross.
And the reason they're asking that is because there's uncertainty about whether there's going to be a Zach banner or whatever like that. My advice to anyone who's thinking about maybe doing a pity on Kistis banner is just wait and see what the banner after Kistis is. If the next banner to show up is Vayne, then you know, okay, there's no more Ace banner in the cycle because they don't. Once a new cycle starts, they aren't going to have a new banner with the old cycle. So that I think that's a good guidance. But I just wanted to drop that because I know normally we try not to talk about the stuff that hasn't happened yet here, but if the stuff happens and people are going out and pitting, I figured that's something we should let folks know beforehand. Is just wait and see. If you're on the fence, just see what the banner after this one is, and then make your decision. Zoe, closing thoughts?
Gosh, I feel like I've said everything I wanted to say today. So
Okay, Mino, closing
have
thoughts.
a good night. Yeah, Mino, I'm gonna graciously give you my closing thoughts for this episode.
That means I get 2, right?
No, you
So-
get one. You
No,
don't get
it's-
one, but you're taking mine, so you get one.
We don't give gifts. I just okay. Mino, you get 1.5 closing thoughts. We're gonna split the difference.
Fine, that's fine, because we gave some girl the full one, but Mino doesn't deserve the full one.
Rude.
Damn, hold on. If I only get 1, I planned 2. Now
Wait,
I have to
fuck
pick
it.
one.
You can have 2. You can have 2.
Pick one. Okay,
You can-
okay.
Do them both.
My first was that Blart's wasted on here. We have an opening for another co-host on TCC. You're
Pain.
like the Jin Lee of this podcast. Very, very out of place. You're hanging out with too much younger people on air, and it shows, Blart. Like, I don't think your commentary and your humor really matches these other two. They're like a generation behind.
Wait, Ross gone. Where did he go? Oh my god. This dude's gotta stop leaving the chair on stream.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Blart is going nowhere. He has a contract, a non-disclosure.
I think your webcam shows like right into your bathroom.
Did you guys see my pee-pee? Sorry. Okay, all right. Okay, professional.
Jesus Christ.
Mino, what was your closing thought, my friend? You get two.
My closing thought was Japorn XXX is a very good
All
website.
right, how'd I mute him?
I super recommend it, and you should all check it out right now.
This is a family's friendly stream, Mino.
Thank you,
gotta
Mino.
do like
We're
that?
sorry, everybody.
So helpful.
Anybody else? Closing thoughts?
It's just you, dude.
All right. Thank you guys. I do want to mention. I know it's getting late. Everybody's probably heading to sleep, going to lay their beautiful heads down. But this was a really great stream. We really appreciate you guys showing such support for our fledgling program. We want to shout out TCC, not Mino, but TCC in general, paving the way. Thursday nights, check them out. They're also on every podcast app you can think of. So we just really appreciate the support. And Zoey, Blart, thank you so much. Mino, thank you a little bit less. I think
A lot less.
Jesus.
A lot less. That's right. That's my fault. And we're gonna raid a person who has a hentai anime picture on
For
their
love.
thing. I don't know.
Are we?
why.
Why?
It's the only other
Because-
person. It's the only other person who's playing.
Who?
Izzy De Niro. It's got some sort of booby picture.
Oh, okay.
I mean, look, they're playing DFFOO. You gotta everyone stay for a moment, just one moment.
No,
they're doing pulls. Everyone loves to see pulls.
regular
Izzy-
polls plus
Izzy
AEW
sounds hot.
UEC
Alright, we'll
dating
check it out.
talk.
There's
Yeah,
a-
Izzy sounds
This-
hot. Let's go raid her.
Let's go raid. Let's
This
go
is
raid him and see what's
happening.
going on.
Jesus.
All right, we are. Give me 1 second.